So I think we should be live now. Yep, and I need to mute this. Okay, yes, we are live. So hi everybody, welcome to the Raven Wolf channel. And today we have an early R&R show.
The Raven Wolf channel.
So what's up? We have the R&R show. So welcome, Ransom. What's up?
Hello, welcome. Nice intro. I like to know about the behind the scenes of the operation. So
you're funny. I'm trying to get the chat going, but for some reason it's not working.
It's not working.
That's weird. Maybe
You're weird.
My internet is having issues, I think.
You're weird.
But anyways, hi Josie, Doug, Shelly, everybody, hello.
Hola.
How are you, Ransom? How you been?
I'm pretty good. I'm like awesome.
We talked earlier.
We did.
Well, we didn't talk. We did the show, I meant, in your channel.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Hey, did you know a lot of people evidently are interested in gonorrhea, however you say that, gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah, I got a lot of hits on that. But I lost 11 subs. Bye-bye.
So tell us what you're talking about in case people don't know and haven't watched your...
Oh, well, I did a show on how throat gonorrhea is now the new thing. You can go ahead and imagine what that means. But anyway, they were trying to blame it on French kissing. But I'm kind of thinking that's not probably what did it.
Right. And how many views you got?
It's like it's over 1,000. It's just surprising because, you know, for me, 100 people that watches my news is pretty good, you know, and I'm cool with that. But yeah, a lot of people were interested in the word gonorrhea because that's all I tagged the whole show as. I put one tag. I didn't tag my channel or like none of the other stories. I just put gonorrhea.
That's funny.
I don't know. It's just funny to me. I thought, you know.
Well, like you said, apparently a lot of people are interested on that. So.
Well, great. I'll keep bringing them stories like that if that's what they want to watch. You want to hear about throat gonorrhea? We're going to talk about throat gonorrhea. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I put coconut oil in my face and I got it on my eyes.
Whoa. Back up. What?
I said I put coconut oil.
Coconut oil. Okay. My mind's in the gutter. I thought you said something else.
I'm not even going to ask.
No, don't ask.
No, I'm not.
Don't ask. I won't tell. Don't ask. Don't tell. No, go ahead.
You're funny. Wait. Oh, no. I got the chat. Okay, there it goes. All right. So we only have limited time. We'll be done doing the show in like 35 minutes. Like I have to go.
So you're saying I need to rush?
Yes. So let's just jump in the news and then we'll just roll.
All right. Well, there's not much news.
Hi, Max.
Just a couple points I wanted to point out here. Let's trip on the news for a minute.
Oh my gosh, Max, that's funny.
So check it out, everybody. Alyssa Milano, we talked about this last night a little bit. Alyssa Milano calls for sex strike and renewed plea for Georgia boycott over abortion law. So she threw this whole thing, and they're trying to boycott conservatives. So basically, she tried to have a sex strike, but guess what? No one came. No one came to her sex strike. So I guess she accomplished her goal. I mean, think about it. It's a sex strike, but no one came.
Hold on, don't close it. Oh.
Okay, we haven't left the topic yet.
Maybe stop screen share.
Why would I do that? I'm in the middle of my new program.
Okay, never mind. Just go ahead.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, she's the one that started the Me. What is it called?
Me too.
Yes. Me Too. How do you call it? Propaganda or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Me Too. What can you explain what is Me Too?
Me Too are people that have complained that they've endured sexual harassment over the years. There's probably a lot of them. Let's be real. There are a lot of perverts out there.
Anyways, she's the one who started that, and then Creepy Joe.
Yeah,
Joe Biden.
He's also the main one that was saying you just have to believe someone if they're woman, and if they say someone raped them, then goddamn it, they raped them. It doesn't matter about proof, evidence, reality, nothing. If the woman said it, it happened, period. Believe the survivor.
Listen, she recently was, I'm not sure if it was CNN or I forgot what mainstream media news network. She came in and she was saying, because I guess people are been talking about creepy Joe Biden, and now isn't he just put himself as a president?
Yeah, he's a vice presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. But the weird thing is, I can't say, and neither can you, that Joe Biden is a weirdo. But we can say that he's a weirdo, though. We can't say he's a pervert, but we can say he's very fucking strange in the fact that he's over
and ropes women and little girls.
No, children. Just children.
Little kids, yes.
It's not that weird to me that a grown man sniffs a woman's hair and thinks it's attractive or smells good. See, when we start getting too far on things, it gets crazy. But when you see a fucking old man sniffing on your little girl,
yeah, that's
a child.
Yeah, that's not
why right. He got the name Creepy Joe Biden. How could anybody vote for a president of just the idea of it, just in case? Maybe he's just a good old natured,
My point that I was trying to make is that lady that did the Me Too propaganda stuff, she recently went to a news network and defend Biden, how she talked to him, and that I guess his upbringing was very touchy feeling, so he thinks it was okay, but that he's gonna be more aware that it's not okay for other people, and she completely defend him.
Like he didn't know that when he was trying to call everybody rapists and perverts. You remember he was one of the biggest ones that was trying to talk shit that Trump said that whenever you're famous that women will let you do anything. He said they'll let you just walk up and grab their pussy. He didn't say that he does it. He just said they'll let you do it. Well, I mean, and I hate to say it, I am a man. If a woman wants me to walk up and grab their hoo-ha, I'm probably going to do it. Well, consensually, of course. You don't just walk around doing random ones or nothing.
Random ones.
I know, that'll get you.
All right, keep going with your news because we have limited.
All right, but anyway, these are the women. These are the women right here. No offense, I'm not even going to say nothing, but this is the women that's at the sex strike right here. Like this type of woman that's most likely a leftist and doesn't even mess around with men in the first place, can't get a date for whatever reason. You can judge that for yourself. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just saying, okay, so don't screw conservative men. I don't think too many conservative men were out there looking for these babes. Hey, baby, you're hot. Get in here. Just kidding. We'll just move on because, that's crazy. And I thought you guys would like this. You, Anna, especially. We'll let me yeah, here we go. Let me mute myself and I'll
you muted and you're talking and we can't hear you.
Yeah, you'll want to hear these people's logic. Let me make sure I got the sound shared.
Okay.
You see that weird glitchy thing that was happening with him? It looked like he was dancing at first.
Inevitable chickenpox diagnosis now clears this 18-year-old Assumption Academy senior to somewhat return to normal.
Things are sort of normal except for, the homework I got to catch up on and stuff like that.
The Northern Kentucky Health Department put a ban in place for any student who hadn't been exposed to chickenpox or wasn't immune to it to prevent the spread of the virus. This kept Jerome Kunkel out of school for 7 weeks.
Then it's kind of ridiculous because, they issued the ban for the 21 days. And then, of course, it got extended longer because another kid came down with the chickenpox. So then it went on for longer. Then finally, towards the end of the ban, I actually got the chickenpox, which should have extended the ban, but for some reason they didn't.
Jerome's father and the family's attorney both say the ban was unnecessary and infringed upon his constitutional rights. In the midst of an appeal of the Kunkles and a dozen others.
So basically, they kicked him out of school, right? And then they waited till he actually got the chicken pox, and then they said you can come back in. But he had to stay out of school because he refused to vaccinate, and they're trying to make it a big deal that he did you notice he got chicken pox, he got over it, he's ready to go back to school. But when he was active for chicken pox, they told him he could come back to school.
And then they were
he couldn't come to school because he hadn't been infected with chicken pox or had the vaccine.
And I wonder if he got the chicken pox from a shedder.
I don't know. I think it looked like the kind of they look like the kind of people that he would have went around somebody that had
to get a chicken pox party.
Yeah, something like that, just to go get exposed to it because he knows it's not lethal at his age.
How many people in the chat had chicken pox? And I know I had. I know you haven't. You didn't get chicken pox.
No, not me, man. I haven't been injected. I haven't got it naturally, wildly, nothing.
Like this is how how do you call it? Dissonance. What is it called?
Cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
If I said it right.
Tell me if what I'm about to tell you, if it makes any sense. So my pediatrician, when I was a little girl, gave me the chickenpox vaccine.
Yeah.
Then later, a friend got the chickenpox, and then I got the chickenpox. So technically, I shouldn't supposed to get the chickenpox if we got vaccinated. But anyway,
hey, stop that. Vaccines work. They're safe and effective.
I asked my mom, well, so don't you think it's weird? Because my mom, she believes in the medical, pharmaceutical, anyways. And I asked her, don't you think it's weird that you gave me the chickenpox vaccine and I got it? And she's like, well, the pediatrician said that once you get vaccinated, if you happen to get the chickenpox, then it will be a less severe case of the chickenpox.
You mean like that lady last night that they were supposedly giving her death threats because her kid died from chickenpox, or was it measles? I forget it now. But anyway, the kid died from it. Yeah, no, it was chickenpox. The kid was already had the chickenpox shot, and it was the flu. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the flu shot. Yeah, and they reported like it didn't work.
Yeah, the flu shot didn't work, so the kid died. Or no, they were just saying that the kid died because of the flu, and they're not saying, well, he went and got a flu shot, then he got the flu, and then he died, because that's a different line of events right there, ain't it? So which flu strain did he die from? Did he die from, the vaccine genotype, or did he die from the wild version of the flu, like just this going around?
That's the hammer of the god said, Anna, if the strain of pox was stronger than the inoculation makes sense.
I guess.
Anyways, continue with your news. We're running out of time.
All right, look at this. This guy, he fell down this.
Whoa, man.
We'll mute it. But yeah, so this guy took a tumble down this whole thing over here in
Colorado.
60-foot fall. Dumbass, didn't use safety equipment. And he took a 60-foot tumble, and he gets into it. He says he's okay, but he broke his wrist and his ribs and his this and that, and he punctured his lung. So yeah, he got really fucked up, and he's lucky he didn't die. But he had climbed it, like he said, dozens of times, but this time he fell. So use safety equipment, dumb, right? Hey, and this is in Denver, right here. This little place that you can go practice climbing up stuff. So maybe we'll go check that out in Denver. Maybe you'll get to see DJ Ransom fall on his ass in a padded area, of course. Hey, look, will Cook County be the home to the next big measles outbreak? Researchers think so. See, these guys are already predicting. They like to predict where outbreaks will happen, right?
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I have a video about Dr. Sherry Tenpenny talking about the measles and the craziness about it, and how she mentioned, it's in my adverse reaction channel, go check it out. It's about how regardless, I forgot what's the word she uses, but pretty much is regardless of the vaccine or not, the measles come back every so often, regardless if they're vaccinated or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even though we looked at this last night and we know that, you know, most of the time it's the vaccine genotype measles that's the vaccine version, they always do this.
Yeah.
Right here, blame it on unvaccinated children.
Yes.
But if the other people are vaccinated, they shouldn't be catching the measles if they're vaccinated and the vaccine works. That's the whole stupid thing about it. It shouldn't even be. It doesn't take someone with a big intellect to realize, hey, let me get this straight. Your vaccines work. So if they work, you have no fear of catching these diseases from people that don't want to take the vaccine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear cut. If your vaccines work, you're not going to get it. But instead, we know that it's the other way around. People getting vaccinated are spreading diseases that have already been supposedly taken care of in the U.S. You know, they disappeared, but now we're getting it back, all of them, smallpox included.
Mm-hmm.
And what's this?
Russian what?
The Russians are mad because there's an alcohol stench on the space station. Reeks of booze, they say. In other words, the U.S. people and maybe some of the Chinese or whoever up there in the International Space Stations, they're getting their drink on up there. Is it because it's fake? Why would they complain about a thing that's not real? Like, is this just part of the propaganda for all you people that don't believe space is real and NASA doesn't go to space and the space station doesn't have people on it? Because look, it says they demand answers from NASA over the stench of alcohol. Who's boozing up on the International Space Station? Inquiring minds want to know, but not really. We don't really care. I was just joking. Why the average American hasn't made new friends in 5 years. 45% of adults say they find it difficult to make new friends, according to new research. A study into the social dynamics of 2,000 Americans revealed that the average American hasn't made new friends in 5 years. In fact, it seems like many that popularity hits its peak at age 23, and for 36% it peaks even before age 21, meaning after that they don't know what to do with their lives. They don't like hanging out. And I don't think it's that they can't find a new friend. It's that they're not looking for a new friend. With the way the world works today, everybody kind of, you know, does social media, and then they don't really want to have a person-to-person contact.
Well, I mean, yes, but at the same time, I can only speak for my case, but for me, it, like, when I first woke up about this spiritual realm, I didn't have a lot of people to talk. I didn't have any people to talk about it around me because they're all like Christians and my family's Catholic and nobody understood. Like, so I felt like I was alone. And when I start like being on YouTube and talking to people and finding out, I felt like, oh, wow, the things that are happening to me, you know, I'm not the only one. And that's,
Are you trying to tell us that you made friends on YouTube?
Yes. I met great, awesome people on YouTube.
Cool. Well, we're going to meet some of those people at LeakCon, so, you know. But just remember this for your own safety. Friends are just fiends without the R. But that's okay because you got us. We're the R&R Show. It's where the R's are at.
Yeah. How many days? 6 days till LeakCon? Oh, no, 7 days
No,
still.
still 7 days.
7 days till LeakCon. Yep.
It's been so long since you've been on YouTube this morning. You thought it was a new day. Huh.
Yeah. Something like that. I thought it was, I don't know. Today's been weird.
So what's going on in the chat? Chat.
Not much. Hi.
Hey, check this out. You see that clump of cells wiggling around?
Oh my God.
But no, that's not a life. That's not a human. That's a clump of cells right there.
Yeah, let's talk about this because
at 10 weeks, there it is. Oh, sorry, that's over.
Let's just talk about this because it's something that
I'm telling you,
it's
though,
like something that not triggers me, but it kind of like I don't. It's just no, I don't want to. It's one of those things that I don't want to see or hear about. But so
I know
you put video, your last videos, right? You made a music video about abortion and you know saying how you know it is a life and all of that. Promoting life, really, not pro
No, well, actually, my point was in this last video is that let's stop pretending what we're talking about here. I mean, it's the people that it may not be their fault. I'm not even saying that, but they're killers. I mean, they believe in killing. That's what
And
they're fighting for. They're not fighting for the right for rights, like to choose. It's to be able to kill.
and remember, we talked, and I told you that I know that it exists, but I don't want to see it. And then, can you explain how you explain it to me about seeing it?
No, it's just that's a good point that no one wants to. It's something ugly, so no one wants to think about it. Even the people against it. And when you don't look at it and you don't pay attention to it and you pretend it's not happening, it allows the people that believe that that's the normal reality of things to choose the topics, choose the facts, choose the reality that you're going to live in, because you don't say nothing about calling things bullshit when you see it.
And like you said, people are not even seeing
Let
it.
me simulcast in sign language and maybe in Spanish. Mucho caca de toro. See, like bullshit. I mean, anybody that looks at a fetus beyond a certain amount of weeks, and we've done that, we're in a technological world. We can see in the fucking placenta now. We know it ain't a clump of cells. The little things in there moving around, responding to things early on. It's got fingers, toes, all of that shit. Now, I do agree with that in this technological world, if you don't want that to happen, you can very easily take care of it in the first week.
Yeah, before it's
And make sure that it doesn't happen. Then you don't have to debate whether or not you're killing something in the first place, because and I know Christians are fundamentalists about when the sperm goes in the egg. I'm not quite so, there, because I do know that for a while it is just some gel.
Well, and you also said that people has not seen it because it's something so bad that it's gotten to a point where women are having babies on toilets in McDonald's or Burger King or whatever.
It's actually nothing new. What's new is that there's no responsibility attached to it now. The judges will let them go. They won't tell them they made a mistake. They'll say it's okay. That's your right. The baby was already fucking born in this case. She was trying to drown it in a fucking disgusting toilet.
And there's no charges pressed against her, or it's not.
But then again, you can't really blame her in her mind. Kind of. I mean, there is some responsibility, but kind of, you got to blame people like this governor of Virginia that's talking about, well, we'll let the baby be born. Then we'll have a discussion between the doctor and the mother on whether or not it's a human being sitting over there breathing and crying on the table.
It is murder. The gods or the.
When I was young, I didn't even care, because I always had in my mind that, we're talking about literally a clump of cells, and you just went and, you cut it out and it was no big deal and you prevented something from happening. But now I know that's not the truth. They're trying to kill that shit all the way into life.
Yeah.
Shit, there's discussions in Europe about whether or not
sacrifice. That's what exactly is child sacrifice. But anyways.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
The reason why I say this is because I admit that it's something that I don't really want to see. It gives me no, I don't want to, but I understand that there's a reason why you know.
Well, they've managed to turn, culty religious rituals into everyday things that you think are just part of life.
Yeah.
You don't realize you're participating in.
But anyways, in another note, earlier I put on my community section on my YouTube channel that we were open for suggestions for topics to discuss in the R&R show. And cool. Max Vision was actually he was the first one to respond or to say something about it. And he has this. And there was other good points there too, but I feel like those subjects are a little too deep to just talk in because we have to be done with this stream in
oh, you mean today?
15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes. So we will be talking about those subjects in other R&R shows. But when the subject that Max Vision said, we can talk about it briefly for 15 minutes. So he says, remote viewing, is it body, astral, or Akashic record, etc.?
That's a good question. Are you actually having your mind travel somewhere, or are you just tapping into energy information that already exists?
I feel like you're tapping to information that it already exists.
Because I had this one nightmare or it was kind of a nightmare. I guess you can't call it a nightmare because I wasn't afraid in it, but I call it a nightmare because it was a negative dream. But I had a dream one time that I was like sometime probably in the late 80s, but I was a shadow person myself, but not in the way like the shadow man, like I was a shapeless, I wasn't shaped in a human form. And I was like crawling along the roof, and I realized where I was at in space and time. And I was in my grandparents' bedroom, and they saw me. They saw me in that form, and I saw my grandpa fucking go for his gun, and they were freaking out. And I remember feeling guilty that I just put them through fear, and it wasn't my intention. And I didn't even know that was going on until their reaction. And like it was a really weird dream. It was like, did I really go back and visit a time period? Like my grandpa's gone and my grandma doesn't remember too good. But like, I always wondered, was there a night that they woke up and both freaked out because they saw something and that was actually me? But I hadn't done it yet until now. So, or was it just a weird dream,
No, I think that was.
But it was really weird because it felt interactive. I felt the fear coming off of my grandparents, and I felt really bad. So I tried to, leave. And it made me also have this thought that, is it possible that some of these shadow beings and things are actually misinterpreted contact with people from a different time, or people that are astro traveling or whatever, and you misinterpret the encounter because they're not fully there and you're not really seeing them and you're not on the same vibe as them. So what you're seeing is a void of information, but something's there.
Well,
take that to bed with you tonight.
No. I kind of agree with the belief that the Maya had about it's like a cord that we all have connected from the Kuksasum, from the solar plexus to the Kuksasum. Kuksasum is the knowledge, central knowledge, where you can access
the Akashic record then.
Yes.
That's what you're same concept. Anyway.
Yes. So that was that.
Well, physicists are kind of talking about the same thing. They're debating right now whether or not the information in one photon that was split into two photons, did particle entanglement happen? Did the information transfer instantaneously with the concept of teleportation? Or was the information always there because all times are the same time, and what we feel is linear is just our perception of our place in the universe? That's up to you to decide.
Yeah, you mentioned
reality. Everybody's deciding their own reality these days, so that's the fad.
Let's see. I wanted to read.
Woo.
I'm
just a weirdo. Don't worry about me.
Hold on.
Kind of weirdo though.
I can't find it. I wanted to read what the Kuksasum is, but
do it. I dare you.
No, I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it.
We were talking about that though, that the Mayans believe that, and then when you go down to Peru, they have this thing called the Devil's Door, that the locals, the shamans, believe that if you go sit in it and you touch it in the right way and you put your forehead in a little dip, that your solar plexus will connect with it and you could actually travel somewhere in the concept of an astral plane, like it's some kind of spirit gate. Your body doesn't leave, but your spirit does.
Kind of like a Stargate, but
only for your mind.
Yeah, so, for the mind, yeah.
So what trips me out about those things is I can't say, no one can say, not even the person that supposedly experienced it, whether they actually went somewhere or not, or it was all in their head. You can't prove that. Now, the day that your body walks through a gate and it actually verifiably shows up somewhere else, that's when I want to know. I watched Stargate. That was a good show.
I haven't. I think I watched one episode of Stargate. I don't know. I don't really.
Pretty good, man.
I don't really do that. But anyways, I think we're gonna cut the stream short because I got.
We're gonna cut the cord.
I have to. I actually yeah, I have to go pick up my nephew, so I got to go.
All right.
So this was kind of like a little short R&R light.
Hey, do me a favor. Record your trip over, but don't air it. I want you know, first dibs on some video. You should film your little trip to Denver. I was gonna
to Lecon.
And I'm gonna do a whole 420 TV trip.
So don't air it.
No, don't air it. Give it to me.
No, I'm sure I want to air. I want to be live. Maybe
you got to give it to me. Edit it all together, and it's gonna be like all the people at Lecon, but not from the point of view of their YouTube channel. It'll be my point of view of me following people around and checking them out at different times and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. Deal.
You're gonna meet me there, so you know we're gonna check it out.
Yeah. All right. What do you want? Wait, Johan says, no, you, I can't read. Do what you want, Anna. She said, do what you want, and I don't know why I had a mental thing. All right, you guys. Yeah, this was a quickie. R&R.
I like quickies.
And R&R light. So we'll see you guys. Oh, next R&R is gonna be in Denver.
All right, so you could tune in. You can tune in there.
Yeah, we'll
watch
definitely
the Stuttering 420 TV news. I'll probably do an episode from there too later.
So that'll be fun. I'm excited to do an R&R in Denver. All right, so don't miss that next Friday night or maybe Saturday night. I don't know.
One of those nights.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Take care. Thanks, Ransom, and we'll see you guys in Denver.